Well, good evening to everyone, and welcome to A Moment with CK. Thank you for taking time and joining us live, and those that are going to catch us on the replay. We thank you so much, and we appreciate you taking time to be with us. Yeah, that was a little moment right there. So we listen as the Women's History Month continues. Welcome. I see you coming in. Welcome, Miss White. Welcome for those that are catching it live and those that are going to catch it on a replay. Welcome, my YouTube family. Welcome, my Facebook family. And welcome, my Twitter family, as we come together again. And yes, we're talking to women today, but listen, it's for everyone. So we appreciate you taking time with us. We appreciate you just coming in and joining us. So share, tell someone, come on in. We are live. We are live. We are live. So listen, I want to just tell you we're going to be talking today with my guest, Shannon Griffin. She is the owner of what we would call the T-shirt, and of humanities. We call it tees. But she's so much more, and I'm going to introduce her and then have her to share what more she would like for you to know about her. Listen, and if you don't know, we're going to talk about survive and thrive today. And we're going to talk about surviving and thriving in our women, in our different roles, as our mindset as women. We're going to talk about healing, whether it be physically, mentally, just healing and moving and keeping going. So I am CK. I am your travel specialist, CEO and owner of KM Travels. I am also an author, soon to be solo author. I'm a contributing author to two books, and I am also a solo author to soon to be. And listen, there's so many things coming up, and I'm excited about it. And listen, so right now I want to talk about this amazing lady next to me. Listen, look, I'm trying to make sure I'm pointing correctly. Yeah, this twisted stuff gets you like, what? So yeah, but listen, let's talk about her for a moment, and then we're gonna hop right into it and just share some good things, because we want you in the end to know. We want you in the end to know, before I even let Shannon talk about Shannon for a moment, that being healthy or surviving and thriving comes about you. It's about you taking care of you. It's about you focused and being healthy for you. Everything else falls into place. So Shannon Griffin is a social worker. Yes, she is an author also, co-founder of For Humanities, which is an online apparel company. As a triple negative, we're going to share briefly, cancer survivor of 6 years now, I decided to share the strength she endures. And this is what we're talking about, surviving and thriving, because it's about the strength that you endure with others and encouraging others. There is life after cancer. And founded a Survive and Thrive Cancer Recovery Organization, which I am so happy to be a part of. So happy to be a part of what we do in October. Am I saying it right? October. And from this strength came the design process to create an event that will support cancer survivors and provide which I was just talking about, financial support because now she's a nonprofit organization to assist in medical burden associated with cancer treatment, co-pays, and the other things that connect with cancer, with when you're going through the treatment, when you're going through the process. She's the youngest of 6 children born in Oakland, California, raised by a single mother, nurtured by various elements of poverty and the free summer lunch program. Who remember them? That were
Right.
implemented by the Black Panther movement. Isn't that amazing? Today, Shannon is thriving with creativity and passion to help others break through to clarity. Can I say that one more time and then I'm going to let her talk? Thriving with creativity and passion to help others break through to clarity. Shannon, again, welcome, welcome, welcome. I thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. And we're in different time zones, and it's so
Right.
funny because, yeah, but listen, nothing stops what is meant to come together. So listen, Shannon, introduce you. You know what more you want to share with the people, and let's begin to talk about after this survive and thriving. Let's talk about it. Shannon, again, welcome my sis, welcome my friend. She's another. We're just connected.
Yes.
Have you?
Hello
Go ahead,
there.
Shannon.
I am appreciating being here. Definitely anything Elder Carmen is asking, usually I will definitely show up and be there. So I am definitely appreciating the time for being here. And definitely, as you guys know, it's like we are, as she said, on different time zones, but we make some time to be able to get there and be here for you. So we could just either jump right on in. As Elder Carmen said, I am Shannon. I am the co-founder of For Humanities, an online t-shirt brand, and also the founder of, as she stated, Survive and Thrive, which is a nonprofit organization, and it is all about supporting cancer survivors as they go through that journey of recovery and just treatment, and how they're able to get back on their feet and then take all of what they've dealt with and how do they turn that into something that will help them thrive. So our goal is to help by offsetting the cost of their copays so that they can thrive and so that they don't have to worry about, cancer treatment as being something that they have to not do because they don't have the resources to do it.
Definitely. So let's chat about, as this is the Women's History Month, we are communicating to encourage and empower women and share some things with women in reference to, we're talking about surviving and thriving. We're talking about the roles to at this moment that we play as women. Whether you are a mom, whether you are just married and not a mom yet, whether you are single, whether you are in a relationship. We are talking about this because a lot of times, as women, depending on the role that we're playing, we go through our own struggles in surviving and thriving. Because if you're a single mom, you have to get up each day and figure out how you're going to work that day with your child or children. As a single, many singles are like, well, when is it going to be my turn? I'm seeing everybody getting married. I'm seeing, and I'm saying this because I know that it's something that we as women, we deal with it differently than men. And surviving and thriving is coming to an understanding, and this is where I'm going with this, of where you are. And dealing with where you are and then looking forward to where you're going. What are your thoughts, Shannon? And we're going to continue to dialogue. Mm-hmm.
Yes, survive and thrive, as most folks usually say this. This is definitely a statement that resonates with many different things because When you look at it from a perspective of something that you've gone through, usually it's trauma, vicariously, vicarious traumas, childhood traumas. And when you look at that, you do what you can to survive it, and that's on the physical side. That is the side of just what you see, because you're still here, you're still moving about, you're not, laying underground. You're still on top and you survived it. You're here and you still can talk about it. But where we look at it from the thriving aspect is when you move into that thrive mode, because thriving is a mindset. It's something that you have to, do. It's like faith. You got to take action on some faith. And in order for you to thrive, you have to actually move something. You're going to have to do some things. You're going to have to change and drop off some old luggage of some things that you had to thrive. Everybody don't thrive. They survive, but they don't thrive. So in
That
order
is
to
so powerful.
thrive, it's the truth. It's like you can survive a lot of different things, but you don't thrive. And that's where you find people who are stagnant and they still are in the same place where they left off on the survival mode. Being in survival mode is not always great. It causes a lot of stress, which stress isn't good for the body. But when you move into that thrive mode, then that's where you're able to actually take actionable and manageable steps to move yourself, your family, and yourself into success, or into the point of now you are living. You're actually dropped off what you had and now you're living because you're thriving. So it's a big difference and it takes some steps to get there.
I like when you said that. What was that last part when you said about the steps?
Right. Because there's actionable and manageable steps that you have to take in order to thrive. Because it's, the mindset is where you setting it up, where you can see yourself getting there and you can see yourself going. But, like I said, you can survive it, but are you thriving in it? Because now you have let it go and now you're living and you're actually taking these manageable steps to actually move towards the thrive.
Because like I said, and we talk about these different roles, and there's so many other roles that women play, whether it be, and I just named a few things in a general sense, whether you're a grandmother, whether you know what I mean. There's so many roles that we play. And aunties, sister, it's so many roles. And like you said, it's one thing to survive, but are you really thriving in your roles as a woman? Are you really taking time to see and know who you are, so that you can proceed, like you said, with your different roles, with your different functions? Some of us work, those that work, that are leaders in their job. Leaders, you know what I mean? Now we have a woman that's a vice president, and that when, it brought tears to my eyes, like our girl Oprah, when she looked back and when she saw Obama become president. And I was more emotional when I saw a woman coming to that level, because like I said, it wasn't that it wasn't there all the time, but it became acknowledged in this time and season. And I think everything happens for, in the right timing, in the right timing of God, in the right timing and purpose and plan. Because I think there's a lot of things that's just not, it's still not accepted when it comes to women. I just know that, because of the way, certain things come out, the way certain things are, you know the way you see, and you see how things are presented, and certain things, yes, accepted, but not everything is always accepted. But you can't stop us. You can't stop us anymore. You can't block us anymore. Only we are the blockage if we don't move forward. But like you said, and I love how you, and this is a great way to start it off, that surviving is great. But are you continuing to go forward? Are you continuing to thrive? Are you
Right.
continuing to go to the next point we're going to talk about, which is our mindset? Are
Mhm.
you changing? And you mentioned it. Are you changing? Are we changing our mindset for what's to come? See, we get stuck in, oh, well, it used to be this way. It used to be that way. Women, so many things have changed and doors that have opened for us. But are you ready? I said it in my last show. Are you ready? Are you excited about going into that next? Being the next, maybe the next vice president, or maybe the next, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter about, the color craze, the color and all of that stuff. But are you ready to really embrace with a mindset of, listen, these things are happening. How can I be the best mom in the home? How can I be the best entrepreneur? Because there's some of us that have our own businesses.
Right.
But you understand? Like, whether it be your t-shirt, your own t-shirt, business, whether it be you being a person that helps someone to travel and see new adventures and more. It's up to you, but your mindset. So you not only have to be just thriving, but the thriving comes, surviving, but the thriving comes with your mindset. With your mindset. So are you excited about it, or are you still struggling to understand that there's more to it than just surviving? I survived domestic violence. You know what I mean? I'm just saying in the general. Okay,
Mhm.
but now it's time to thrive past surviving it. There's so much more for your life. You are better than what you've been through, and keeping going. Your thoughts, Shannon, when it comes to that, your mindset.
Well, I want to go back to what you were saying earlier about women individually, and I usually talk about it on Wednesdays, Women in Alignment Wednesdays.
Yes.
And it's really about understanding yourself. And as you said, you want to know yourself. You want to do what I call a SWOT analysis on yourself. So when you look at strength-based type of work and organizations, and usually this is an organizational types of methodology, is you look at the strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats, and that's SWOT. And you want to do that because you need to know what your strengths are. You need to know what your strengths are. You should know what your weaknesses are. You should know what opportunities that you see and you want. You need to also know about the threats. What is a threat? You can be your own threat by procrastinating or not getting things done or putting too much on your plate or possibly doing too many things for people. And then understanding your worth and understanding that what your gifts are, they are worthy to be paid. Okay. So we have to understand those things.
Sis,
And
I don't mean to cut you, but I want you to repeat that. The three
well,
things
as
you
it
just said,
says,
and
he's
the
worthy to
things
be
you just
praised,
said.
but you have to think about your gifts are worthy to be paid. So, you have to kind of understand that. And when you do that SWOT analysis on yourself and when you're working with people or connecting, it just it's a telltale. It tells you, specifically. And you don't have to worry about hiding anything because you're getting it out in the open. And it's best that you be transparent to your own self, as I would say, but be transparent to yourself. Understand that before you go out and do anything or underestimate yourself. So I say, don't underestimate your ability to create, a path for yourself.
And that's a perfect mindset. Don't underestimate yourself. And
Right.
welcome. I see our sister Natasha there. Welcome, Natasha. Thank you for joining us, lovely. Listen, you cannot underestimate yourself. And that's
Right.
a great way to connect mindset. You can't have a negative mindset, but more importantly, you can't have a mindset of underestimating who you are.
Right. Right. And as you said, mindset, as we shared earlier, is mindset. People talk a lot about mindset. Oh, it's a mindset. It's a mindset. But in order for you to even acquire a mindset, you do have to sit for a second with yourself and think about it. You don't know what mindset to go jump up in if you don't know exactly where you're coming from on a mindset. You
I like
can't.
you don't know you don't know what to jump up in.
You don't
And
know what to
you know,
jump up in. How are you going to shift your mindset when you don't know which one it is? You
which
know,
one
you don't
what
know
it is.
which one it is. You can jump up in a whole bunch of mine and mind somebody else's business and be
And
somewhere
mine is
where you don't need to be. So you
you,
don't want to do that.
you know what I love? That part right there. Listen, and those that are coming in, whether you're coming in live, whether you're coming in and catching this on the replay, please put your questions, please put your comments, join the conversation because listen, this is what it's about. And listen, I there's something that's been like trending, and drink my water, drink water.
Oh.
Listen, y'all in trouble because I'm catching that trend right now. I'm like, listen, but I'm not talking about just me minding my business. I'm talking about everybody else minding their own business.
Right.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because this is the issue when it comes to your mindset.
Right.
The issue is we don't mind our own mindset, and just like what we were talking, was being shared earlier, you got to catch your own vision. And
Right.
when you get your vision and keep moving, as women, I know there's a lot on our shoulder. Oh my God, there's a lot on our shoulder. We bear children. We're supposed to keep the house in order. Because please, women, don't expect the men to do it. Can I make that disclosure? Please don't expect the men to do it. And it's nothing bad towards them, but that's just not them. That's why they call us help me. Because we're supposed to help them along the journey when it comes to that. So, women, I'm talking to y'all today. When it comes to that mindset, and Shannon, I love how you brought that home in the sense of, what kind of mindset, because like you said, everybody, oh, had the right mindset, had the right mindset. What kind of
Mhm.
mindset? What are you talking about? What are you bringing to the table when it comes to mindset? you know and
Yeah.
what are you setting? And it's called setting things in order to help yourself and those around you, those that may connect with you, not so much just around you, but those that may connect with you along the journey. And it's so important, that mindset is so important to understanding. And this is one of the main things I want to leave with you. We're going to talk about that at the end. Yeah. Right. Financial. I mean, we've just got so much going on. And I'm not saying men don't, because they're supposed to be the provider, the protector, you know, and it's a lot. But we're talking about women right now, and I'm trying to encourage someone and another queen, because I've been calling women queens all this month. Ladies queens, that we have to understand where we stand. And then most importantly, it's not just about surviving, but it's about continuing to push for the thrive and not give up. And this is where I'm going with our other thought. And yeah. And you can't call in sick, right? You can't call it, you know, and surviving and thriving and healing. And as you keep going, all the different things women may go through or have went through, there's a healing, but you can't allow the healing to stop the progress. You can't allow the healing to stop you from keep going, whether it be your business, whether it be what are you desiring right now in your life, what do you want to see, right, exactly. What is your quality of, yeah, of life in your surviving? I like that. I really like that. Thank you. Thank you, Natasha. What is your quality of life right now in your surviving? What is it? Is it, are you still going? Are you stopping every time something happens? Are you keep going? Shannon, chime in with that part.
Usually, a lot of times when people stop and they're in survival mode, or they say, well, I've gone through something, and there's nothing wrong with taking a respite when you need to compose yourself or get yourself together, because you need to do that. But sometimes what happens is that usually it's another way of you just kind of checking out, and you're checking out, uh, but you still want to keep moving. So, and it's best to kind of go back and recoup and get yourself to a place and in a mindset where you can see where you're going. And for me, as we were kind of talking about mindset too, but mindset is steps. It's not just mentally, now I'm in the right mind, my mind. It has nothing necessarily really to do with your mind. You have to really, it's foresight. You need to have a plan, and
What's
you
the
have
word again, sis? What's the word again? For sight.
foresight. You have to have foresight to have a mindset. Because if you don't know where you're going, how you're going to be in the mindset when you don't know where you're going? So you
When
have
you
to
have
set.
no idea.
Yeah, you have no idea. So you don't know what mindset you're supposed to be in. Sometimes you should be in a mindset of fight or flight, or you need to be in a mindset of that. But if you don't even know what's in front of you, you don't know what mindset that you're going to need to be in. So we have to keep those things in mind when we're talking about mindset. It's the steps, the foresight of seeing where you're going so that you can plan in order to be in the right frame of mind
And to
and
keep going.
set it.
Right?
So
And to
yes,
keep going so that
yeah,
you will not just be in survival mode, but
right,
you'll be in thriving mode.
right,
Knowing
right,
that I survived, now my mindset and my attitude has to be healed, I'm healing, and keep going. We have to come into that position.
right.
And that's so important right now, to come into that position as women. And as we are celebrating women's history, if you look back at history, the things that women that we've come through, and now the better things to come, there's some major things to come. But we got to get out of just surviving, and we have to get into thriving in our mindset, thriving in our, not just taking things, not just knowing that everything that you see is only is a temporal thing, and there's a next thing that's going to come. We've been through a whole lot in these past couple of 2 years now, and how many thought they would survive?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I had my moments. Someone say transparency moment. I had my moments where I literally broke down, because I was like, what's going on right now? Why,
Mm-hmm.
with my business, with this, with that, there's a lot of stuff. And it started overwhelming. And I was like, well, listen, how am I going to function with this right now? Because I still got to go on. I still got to, but exactly, not just to tread waters, but to swim and survive, and not just survive, but thrive. And I had to break out of just thinking of, oh, I'm going to make it through. It's more than just making it through, but it's thriving and keep going. And if anything you get out of what we're talking about today, I'm talking about you keep going, but most importantly, knowing who you are, what you see in the mirror, how are you handling you? Shannon, you could chime in.
Well, I agree. I mean, because again, thriving definitely comes from something else. And just kind of going back when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, it was a point of, wow, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to get through this? And being able to have that right mindset to be able to know and plan. And that's why I speak this about mindset. It's your mind is all over the place. That's where it is. That's why you're in the situation, because in the stuff that you're in, you're all over and you can't really rationalize certain things. But when you have a mindset, the mindset is about the planning. So when I was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer, and I was running a multi-million dollar program where I worked at, and I was managing people. So I had to really had a mindset to make sure that I had things planned, that I had things worked out, and I knew step by step who was going to do what was going to happen, how reports were going to get done, who was going to be responsible. All of these things, it was planning. Even when I came to the point of coming home, I had to plan. I had to plan and get things in order, get things in alignment, so that when I knew I was not going to be at my best, that I had things done. So that was the mindset that had to happen. It was a planning of things so that things could actually happen. So, and I'm, telling you this because that's what it is. It's like, yeah, your mindset, you sitting here faced with triple negative breast cancer. Anything could happen. You could not be here. So the mindset was, I need to plan. I need to rationally think about what's going to happen, what needs to take place, what's going to be next. And then when I cannot do it, need to get these things done before. So it was all about the preparation. So in order to thrive, you got to prepare for a thrive. It doesn't just happen.
It
You have to
doesn't just
plan for it.
happen.
No.
Natasha asked a great question, and I think I'm going to let you handle this one. Says, what is the mindset of a survivor? She said, can you explain it in a nutshell?
The mind of a survivor is by any means necessary. It's like we're not going out like that. We don't give up. We don't put down our sword. We don't put down, our things that are keeping us where we are. We have a lot of things to carry. We have people that we are responsible for, and we have things that we want to make sure we fulfill. So we don't put down and wave the flag. It's like no to the last breath. And that's what it is. And I say, as long as I have breath and I can still see, look, and think, I'm going to keep going. I may not be at the same capacity as I was once before, but I will keep moving.
Because our as we move along life, circumstance happen,
Right.
uncertainties happen. Who would have expected what we went through in these past 2 years? So what do you do? Just like Natasha said, what is a real survivor? And can you say it one more time, sis?
By any means necessary.
By
you know,
any
you
means.
don't go out like that. It's like you know where it is. Because see, the thing is of a survivor, they know and they see. They have the foresight to know where they're going. All these interferences are just interferences. They're
Mm.
not the final destination. So the destination is the one that you had planned, not something else. So it's getting there. And if you got to jump, you got to slow down, you got to take a couple seats, several, you still are planning to get there. So that's the point. You don't just let a circumstance get in the way of where your end goal is going to be. Because again, that is the mindset. The mindset is the plan to get there to your destination.
But I love how it just all connects in the end. It's by any means necessary. And I'm going to highlight that. It's by any means necessary. That means that you may get detoured because you may have to take a car instead of a plane. But that doesn't mean that your destination is still not California. That doesn't mean your destination is still not on stage speaking to thousands and thousands of women to help them thrive, not just survive. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that because you may take time to write that book because you're trying to make sure the book is what you really want it to be. But that doesn't mean that it stops the destination of the book being done. It doesn't stop your destination. But, as a single person, one of the things, as we, as you talk about being, anyone being single or whatever, you got to be content in whatever state you're in. That's why in Valentine's time, when I got my those that are experts in couples and marriage and like we were talking and we were laughing because I was like, if you want flowers, buy yourself flowers. If you want chocolate, buy yourself chocolate. You don't have to wait for someone to do it, but by any means, say it again, sis, any means necessary. And who can say that better than you?
Right. What you just said about where, and we're not definitely getting into who needs a man and who doesn't, or whichever vice versa, because that's not what this
Right.
is about. It's about the fact that you don't need to have to worry about somebody validating your worthiness
That's
or
what
your
it's
worth
about.
of things. If you feel that you should have candy, then go buy you some, you know. And then if you want to make it real, interesting, won't you just like order them ahead of time and send them to yourself in the future? Okay, so if that's what you want to do that now. Plan yourself something right now and have them sent to your house as long as you're going to still be there, and send them to yourself. Somebody, if y'all, okay, you see this back here, bright idea. Okay, let that be. Plan that for all the people who are not. Okay, this is going to be some free 99. So I'm just giving it to you.
For the moment.
Plan
For the
that.
moment.
Make that be your business where you plan for all the single folks where they can go ahead and order their Valentine's and their cards right now and you send it to them next year. And that's your business. I mean, whatever. But you make it happen the way you want to happen by any means necessary. If that's what you need, then that's what you need.
Listen, now you have me stuck on that. Because this is where I was heading when I talked about the show and I talked about it surviving and thriving. Because we're not just talking about healing physically, mentally, but we're just talking about healing and bringing out the best you. And like my sister just pointed out, your bright idea. What is your bright idea at this point? Why are you letting anything hinder your bright idea? The beautiful you, the amazing you. You have something to offer. But that doesn't mean everything is going to work out in the right in the perspective right away. Nah, it takes time. And anything good or anything that's great takes time. If anything happens overnight, that's the same way you're going to see it go. But when it takes time, how many are cooks out there? I think Natasha's a cook. I don't know if Miss White is a cook. Anybody that may be coming on the replay is a cook. But if you're a cook, how many know that you get the best out of your food when you take time with it? And then you don't burn it. Then you get the right flavor and all of that. This is what we're talking about. Because when you're dealing with surviving and thriving, yeah, see, there. I mean, there's a way that you got to do things. Like when I watch my mom do certain, my mother do certain things when I was younger, more when I was younger than now. But when I was younger, I was like, wow, how did she do that? Because guess what? By any means necessary, she got it done. I never forgot, when she broke her thumb. She was on her way to go with me or do something and tripped or whatever and broke her thumb. This woman did everything for the whole day with the pain and all of that. And yeah, right, because you're the rushing, but the everything. And she was like, I'm not going to the hospital until I do what I gotta do. Because when you have 4 kids or 5 kids, you don't got time to play. And I'm gonna continue to use this again, as my guest co-host just said, by any means necessary, ladies. Let's do this. Don't give up. Don't quit. Understand your roles, whatever your roles are. Whatever your roles are. And let them manifest in your life. And let them bring you, put things and line things up. So that your mindset could be more than just, I'm surviving. I'm going to be okay. It's going to be okay. No, I'm thriving because by any means necessary, it's going to get done. And then that's going to put me in my healing attitude. That's going to put me in my keep going attitude. Come on, women. We can do this. It's our month. It's our year. It's our time to shine like the diamonds that we are. Don't quit right when it's about to be the blessings to outpour for you. What? And I love this theme for our women's conference. And they're saying you have until Wednesday to join us. And I gotta put the link below. Listen, what do you see in the mirror? That's gonna help you. Because what are you seeing in the mirror? Again, I'm gonna say this like I shared prior. You can't see me because I'm not in your mirror. You have to see what you see in your mirror. And it's so important in order to thrive after surviving, to make that difference in what you see and in how you maneuver. And it's not just a mindset, but it's about any means necessary. It's about an attitude. It's about, listen, I'm not going to let you do this to me, regardless of what I see. And then that bringing it all into whatever happened to heal, and then keep going. That means that healing, surviving, and then keep going by any means necessary. Shannon, anything else you want to share? I want to read what Natasha is saying. She said, I can't tell you how many times. Oh, she's talking about how many times she jacked up rushing through recipes. Then you double your time in the kitchen. That's a good listen. Because then you double your time. Then you slow up the process. You hinder the process. And this is, I guess, where Natasha is going. Because you're rushing through everything. Shannon?
Well, definitely feeling that and looking at, International Women's Day and Women's Month and Women's History. Uh, as women, we definitely want to identify and find out who you are first. And that's why I say do a SWOT analysis for yourself to know who you are, because you are different people and you transition different time points of your life, definitely different ages that you are, where you have accomplished some things, or either you have overcome some stuff. You're different. So you want to look at what your objectives are. Your objectives change in life based on what your experiences have. So when you look at a SWOT analysis and understanding what is a strength and a weakness, opportunity and a threat, they can change from different times. So in order to be the best you and the best who you can be, you definitely need to start with yourself first before you can go and start taking in information from other people. Know what information you need. You don't need everything. Everything that's out there is not for you. So as we either transition through individuals or relationships, you definitely have to identify who you are, know what your objectives and goals are, and then in order for you to be strength based and have that. So, that's definitely a recommendation there. Let's start with you.
And we're going to be putting out an I don't know. Do you have the dates already? And we're going to be talking more about it. You're going to see me sharing more about it. As a Survive and Thrive annual conference comes up in October.
Right.
Um, Listen, we want to we're looking for those that have survived and thriving now, that may have had cancer or recovering from cancer. And if you just want to connect with Shannon to get more information, because she's the now what we will call a 501c3, am I saying it correctly?
Right.
Nonprofit organization that helps. So what do you need at this point? We're here. Whether you want to inbox me, we're gonna put more. I'm gonna put Shannon's information there, and she's gonna start looking for speakers. She's gonna start looking for people that really want to tell their story. Because someone needs to know that it's more to than just surviving, but it's thriving by any means necessary. I'm stuck on that now, sis.
Yeah.
By any means necessary. So, any closing thoughts, and then share where they can connect with you. And we're going to put it in the chat. Um, Continue to thank everyone that came on live and those that are going to catch this on the replay. I appreciate you. And there's so much. Listen, I'm excited about this Women's Month. This is the first time I've ever done this on my show, where I've gotten, for the Women's, History Month and Women's International Day and all of that. And I just am so happy in what we're bringing, how we're bringing it, and excited to share with you, so we all can keep going, so that we all can survive, and most importantly, thrive to that next level, thrive beyond the surviving, because we survived a lot. Some survived domestic violence, some survived divorce, but more importantly, survive the things. Some survive losing children, and it is so important that we don't give up, we don't quit, and it's a blessing to know that you are not alone. And that was one of the things I want to say. But I'm going to let Shannon share her closing remarks, and also to share where you can connect with her and how you can connect with her. And just, reintroduce yourself real quickly and all of that. Put it all
Yes.
together. You know.
Definitely appreciate being here with Carmen, Elder Carmen. And again, as you guys know, I'm Shannon. I am the founder of Survive and Thrive Cancer Recovery. And we are, as she stated, a 501 tax exempt organization. And we host the Survive and Thrive conference every year. This year, of course, it's always in October. We will be virtual again, and just looking at that because, we just got to make sure we kick all the bugs out. And so, and that's what we're going to do. But we are looking for sponsors, speakers, vendors, and ambassadors. So if you are someone who want to volunteer and be a part of what we're doing to promote in your state, then you can definitely go to our website at Survive and Thrive. CR.org. So that's www.surviveandthrivecr for cancer recovery.org. And you can find us there and look at all the what we did before in the years before. We are again in our sixth year of being cancer free, but also providing this wonderful platform of different professionals that come and speak and give great information about health, wealth, mindset, and recovery. So it's great. So you can find me there, and I'm always live too. I'm live every day, twice a day. You can, I'm go live 365. That's just call me that. That's what it is. So, so I am there and you can find me. Again, it's great to be here. And thank you for those of you guys who are here. You can, connect with me to find out more information and appreciate the opportunity to share here on this platform.
Awesome. And yes, like I said, we're going to share more information in the chat. Um, because like I said, you know, these women have just proven themselves and who and what and all of those things. And I'm excited to be connected to them because they just make me better as I connect with them. I share things with them and we just connect and they be like, nah, that ain't how we go. you know no, no. And they're honest, they're truthful, and we laugh, we talk about it, and this is what we need. And it's called accountability, it's called just connecting, because we're stronger together. We're better, stronger, and we do so much more together. They made my show even better. So the women that I have been bringing on, and I'm excited because of what they bring to the table and how they just bring better to my life. And I just have to say that. And I'm excited about what the great things that are coming. Listen, COVID ain't gonna stop us, because it's about to go down in 2022. It's about to go down. And I believe God for you and all the great things that He has for women as we survive and thrive, as we are unmuted. Let's not forget, let don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on who you are. There's great things ahead. But what are you? But one of the things Shannon said, and that also connected with me, there's action. Because faith without works is dead. And it's not just a cliche. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your abilities. You have to believe in you. But most importantly, know that you put God first and you believe in the true and only wise God. I call him wise God. Because the wisdom is unimaginable of how he does what he does. Because all things, ladies, are working out for good. I saw my other friend come in. Welcome. I guess she wasn't able to stay. And listen, so those that weren't able to catch it live, give us some responses on the replay. Let us know. Shannon is going to put her information. And again, you can definitely connect with her on Facebook and Instagram and all of those different places. And we're going to put it again, like I said, in the chat. Give us a moment. We're going to put it in the chat. And we appreciate everyone that took time to come on. And those of you that just browsed through or caught it through, thank you. Because we know that is a thriving that's needed right now. Not just surviving. It's a thriving that's needed right now. So I am CK. I am the CEO and owner of KM Travels, the author and speaker. Hi, Tina. You got to catch the replay, my sis. Owner and CEO of KM Travels. I am also a speaker, a motivational, inspirational speaker, author. And listen, I am also the host of this CK moments with CK. I never say that. I'm like, wait a minute. It is a moment, the moments with Monday moments, Wednesday moments with CK. So listen, catch me on Wednesday when I have another amazing lady and woman. I call them women of excellence that are going to come and share more with you, because we are just keep moving, and we're going to keep on moving because we are survivors. But more importantly, we are thrivers, and by any means necessary. Yeah, by any means necessary. So we're like, bring it, because by any means necessary, it's going to get done. And we have another survivor that just popped in. Her name is Tina. And I know by any means necessary, Tina got it done also. And I'm pointing her out because, again, we all connect through the Survive and Thrive. And there's been such great things happening as we connected through the Survive and Thrive. So we're going to give you more information about that. And we just want to see you there, and just connecting as we grow and move forward. As we grow, let me say it again, and move forward. So again, this was a moment with CK and my guest, my sis, my friend Shannon Griffin. Check her out. Connect with her, because you will not stop telling my business. Stop telling my business, okay? Listen, we are excited as we get ready for what's to come. So blessings and love to everybody. I appreciate you all. Thank you for popping in. Those, again, that are going to drop in after the show, we thank you for your responses, for your love, your support, And again, connect with Shannon. Listen, that Survive and Thrive is going to be in the next level again this year. And I know it's not just about cancer, but it's about stop messing with me, Natasha. it's about thriving, and we're going to talk about that that's what is spoken about in Survive and Thrive. So again, know who you are, women, queens. You did it again. Know who you are. Shift that mindset to by any means necessary. Listen, I'm not going to forget that. And keep going. As you've already survived, now keep going, because it's a thriving now. Blessings and love. We say, see y'all later. And as you connect with us, we thank you, appreciate you, and see you on Wednesday for my next special guest, as my next special guest comes on. Listen, it's about continuing to go down as we celebrate the queen, ladies. We celebrate each other on this women's history, in this Women's History Month. Love, hugs, and blessings. Stand up, stand out, and continue to stand strong. We thank you again, and we look forward to keep seeing you and connecting with you. Take care, everybody.